What's up, everybody? You are very welcome along to this. Well, I guess it's technically an Arsenal preview here on Anfield Agenda, but I will go into why it's under doubt, because you probably wondered the title of the stream, Craig, what the hell is going on here? Don't worry, I've got you covered. I will go through it, and I will give you all the information that you need ahead of this game, or the proposed game against Arsenal, because it is in doubt as it stands, but I will go into more detail in a couple of minutes. Of course, I'm just going to wait for the chat to fill up, but while I do, want to just let you guys know, delighted to say that this preview has been brought to you with thanks to our friends at Spitch. If you don't know what Spitch is, bear with me a second and I'm going to tell you why you need to introduce Spitch into your life. Spitch is a new fantasy football manager game that allows you to prove your football knowledge against other managers and win a share of the prize pool, which is as high as £70,000 each week. Spitch offers games from multiple football leagues, including the Premier League, the Bundesliga, and the Champions League. Once a match day kicks off, you'll receive points based on your player's stats, such as goals, shots, tackles, etc. There's tons of statistical analysis available as well, with information on individual players available inside the app to help you pick your team. You must be 18 years or over to enter, and you have to be a resident of the UK. The link to download the Spitch app is available in the description of the stream, and let us know if you win a few quid, and let us know how you get on, because we're always wanting to hear feedback on any products or any things that we pitch to you on the channel here. Pitch, zero out with that one. We, of course, don't pitch anything that we don't like and don't use, and who doesn't love a bit of FPL? Who doesn't love proving that they're the best manager out there and winning a share of 70 grand each week as a little payoff to show that you're just better than everybody else? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Spitch description right below you. You can download it if you are UK resident age 18 plus. Right, my friends, how are we? Right, how we all feeling? We want to know about the game, don't we? We want to know about the game. So people are going to wonder and tune in and go, hang on a minute here, what is this lad on about? Right, basically, the long and short of it is, it looks like we've got a headache around goalkeepers right now. And it looks like we just might not have any available for the game on Thursday. So where I first spotted this, where it was first brought to our attention, was from This is Anfield. So let me read you out the article that is available. Jack Lusby wrote it. It's available for anybody who wants to have a look on the This is Anfield website. It said Liverpool are reported to have called off their training session 2 days before the League Cup semi-final against Arsenal due to further concerns over COVID-19. The Reds are due to head to the Emirates for the first leg of the semi-final on Thursday night, but that is now cast in doubt, according to the Merseyside press. Jurgen Klopp already isolating along with Alisson, Joel Matip and Roberto Firmino, with Linders having taken the game against Chelsea. According to the Athletics' James Pearce, amongst others, there are now fears that the League Cup tie will be called off. James Pearce reports that there have been further positive COVID-19 tests within the first team squad, with a scheduled training session having been cancelled on Tuesday. Rumours that Kirby is being closed are as yet unfounded, though, and James Pearce adds that no formal application has been put in to postpone the game. As it stands, the match remains on, although it is believed discussions have taken place between Liverpool and the EFL. So I don't know where to go with this one, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if we've got no goalkeepers, we've got no goalkeepers. So I don't know how you play a game without any goalkeepers, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah. Craig, to inform you, the Premier League game is going to get postponed. There is no Premier League game for a while now, my man. Premier League game isn't coming up for another... Well, I'm away on holidays and back before the next one. So we've got this game, then there's the Shrewsbury FA Cup game, and then there's the second leg. So we're going to have to just wait and see. Carrius Redemption. Oh, let's be honest, mate. No. Well, we've got no goalkeepers. We've not, or nobody to train the keepers either. You know, it's important we point that one out. There's talk that there could be as many as 14 more positive cases, or 14 positive cases at the club. So I don't know where to go with it. Honestly, I'll go through, I'll do the preview as normal, I'll show you my predicted 11 and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, we've just got to wait and see what happens. We've got to wait and see who's available, who isn't available, because I don't know who's ruled out at the minute with COVID, and I don't know who's potentially available. Would they go with Pitaluga as an example? Would Carrius come back in? Will be signing emergency cover as goal? I don't know right now. So it is all up in the air, and it is all in doubt, and we will, of course, bring you guys further... Sorry, that's my dog coughing over there. We will, of course, give you guys further information as and when we get it. And somebody saying there as well, Hellier is saying that the Shrewsbury game is in serious doubt as well, which is scheduled to take place at the weekend. So, yeah, loads of headaches right now, loads of uncertainty, which isn't unusual around this time. My wife has just come back in the door now, and she's going to rescue the dog from the sitting room. So, thanks, Sabrina. Come on, Gizmo. Ooch, you're free. You're free. Thanks, Sabrina. Yeah, so look, that's where we are right now. I will go through my predicted 11 and all that stuff as always, folks. You know, I will do that because I have the team here ready to go and all. But yeah, it is a shambles right now, Dylan. You're absolutely spot on. Look, it's not just their problem here. This is a worldwide problem regarding sport. But for us now, let's look at it this way. So before you take COVID into account, we know we've got no Salah. We know we've got no Mane. We know we've got no Keita. We know we've got no Divock Origi. We know we've got no Harvey Elliott. Add into that, we know that Alisson, Firmino, Jurgen Klopp and Matip are out with COVID. That Thiago still has a hip injury by the looks of it. That Minamino is only coming back to training. And you start to see, before any new cases come up, how this is becoming a real struggle for Liverpool to put out a squad. So, again, it is a moving thing. We will let you know what happened. Do I do these streams in an office or my living room? 100% of my living room, man. 100%. Take over the living room, Chester. Yes, which is why my family are so very kind, because I do. I take over the living room, my man. I hope we don't get forfeit for both tournaments. They won't forfeit us. Surely they can forfeit us in a two-legged semi-final. But we know that we've been screwed out of this competition before. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. So all I can do right now is go through my predicted 11 and give you my thoughts on it. But ultimately, what I'm going to give you now is probably going to be in vain, because this is a moving situation. It will change. Again, for those coming in a little bit late, really glad to have you on board. I want to give a quick plug again to our sponsors of this build-up show. Spitch is a new fantasy football manager game that allows you to prove your football knowledge against other managers and win your share of a £70,000 prize pool each and every week. You can create a brand new lineup every single match day, so you can play any weeks that you want. There are paid pitches to play, but you can also play entirely for free. And as I said, you must be 18 years or over to play and a resident of the UK, and the link is in the description. Right, let me go through my predicted 11, because I don't know what else to do. Oh, I should probably have done this as well. Sorry, gotta do this again. My fault, ladies and gentlemen. This is completely my fault. Do apologise. So here we go. Another ad read. You ready? Because I didn't play the video, so I've got to do it again. Sorry, 30 seconds, I promise. Ladies and gentlemen, this preview has been brought to you with thanks to Spitch. Spitch is a new fantasy football manager game that allows you to prove your football knowledge against other managers and win a share of a prize pool every week, which can be as high as £70,000. You can create a brand new lineup every single match day and play whenever you want. So you don't have to play it week in and week out. If you want to just pick it up, put it down and come back to it each week, you can create a new team every single time and play on either free pitches or paid pitches. Once the match day kicks off, you receive points based on player stats such as goals, assists, tackles. There are tons of statistical analysis available with information on individual players inside the app to help you pick your team. You must be 18 years or over to play, and it's only available to UK residents, and you can sign up with the link in the description. Again, apologies about that. I forgot to play the video the first time. That's my bad. Right, we go. Here's my predicted lineup. And look, again, predicted. This was done before we knew what the situation was. All right, look, here's what I've gone with as a potential for Liverpool. So, at this moment in time, I was thinking Alisson's out, Kelleher comes in. No surprise there. So I was going to go Kelleher in. Then I was going to have Trent at right back with Robbo at left back. The reason I went with Robbo was because obviously he's had 3 games suspended. We've seen Costa Civicus come in. I thought, hey ho, put Andy Robertson back in, get him back up to speed. With Kanane and Joe Gomez, they were going to be my centre back pairing for the game. Moving into midfield, I'm going to talk you through why I went with Fabinho, because a lot of people are going to be going, surely Craig, Tyler Morton would have been the man for this scenario. I went for Fabinho with Curtis Jones and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain because I will play Tyler Morton in the FA Cup game at the weekend. So I'd rather Fabinho in this. It's a semi-final, let's be honest. We want to win this trophy. So personally, I'd go with Fabinho in there and play Tyler Morton against Shrewsbury in the game at the weekend. And then up top, if Minamino was available, I would go with Minamino, Nico Williams on the right, and Diogo Jota through the centre. That's how I would have lined up. And with regards to a score prediction, 1-1, 2-1. I think a score draw. That's where my head was for the away leg anyway. So, yeah. I think Arsenal will play a strong team. Of course they will. I mean, and we should play a strong team. Yeah, Anita, this is the semi-final of a tournament, like, so yeah, we should absolutely play a strong team. But what I don't want to happen is to get to a situation where we have Karius in goal. Don't want that to happen. I mean, for that to happen, we'd probably have to have no Allison, which is confirmed because Allison's already ruled out. No Kelleher, which is up in the air at the minute. No Adrian, which is up in the air at the minute. Probably no Pitaluga, which I'm not sure about at the minute. And then maybe Karius comes into the equation. So, yeah, look, this is where we are in the world, folks, with COVID at the minute. We don't know, and we shouldn't know, because these are people's medical records. So, yeah, it's a moving thing, as I said, and I'm frustrated by it. I really am, and I'm hoping, I won't lie, I'm hoping at this point it gets postponed. Selfishly, maybe because I'll be away for the game and I won't be able to do the watch along, but also because of the situation that we have right now with no manager and maybe struggling for goalkeepers. So for those that aren't aware of what's going on, I will come back in and I will talk about it. But the article is there, written by Jack Lusby on the This Is Anfield website, if anyone wants to go and have a read of it themselves. What if Minamino doesn't play? If Minamino doesn't play, I'm guessing maybe Cade Gordon as an option, or maybe you put Henderson in midfield and move Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain a little bit further forward, or put Milner in midfield and move Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain a little further forward. So yeah. Jay said, how important is this compared to the FA Cup? Well, for me, Jay, look, I can only speak for me, my man. This is the priority over the two for me, because we're in the semi-final. And yeah, we've a bit of wiggle room because it's a two-legged affair. So, you know, we're hoping that we'll have the likes of Alisson and Firmino and Matip available for the second leg. I'm hoping that they'll have enough time to have recovered from COVID by then. But yeah, the first leg, look, we'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, so look, again, I said this at the start of the video, but if you look at what we know on the face of it, and this is what we know that we won't have an Alisson. We know that we won't have a Matip. We know that we won't have a Divock Origi. We know that we won't have Harvey Elliott. We know that we won't have a Bobby Firmino. We know that we won't have a Thiago. I don't know if I've missed out anybody else there with injuries. And no Jurgen Klopp. And that's before we get into the new COVID cases that are believed to have come through. So I don't know how we start to put together a team here. And at what point do the authorities start looking like the backlog of games is getting a bit too much for them and some sacrificial lambs have to be made? Yeah. And Salah can't play, of course. Mane can't play and Naby can't play because they're off of the AFCON. So that's another three that's ruled out. So, you know, add that up yourself. You're quickly getting into 9, 10, 11 players out before we know who the new COVID cases potentially are as well. So, yeah. So there is that as well. So, yeah, honestly, this has thrown me a little bit today because wasn't expecting this to happen today, in all honesty. Thoughts on Messi having COVID? Same as anybody else having COVID, mate. I wish him a speedy recovery. Yeah. I mean, I believe that there was an Argentinian DJ who got death threats for being in a photo with Messi around the time Messi got COVID. And that DJ has had to show his own negative COVID tests to prove that he wasn't the reason. So to all the little Messi fanboys out there that think death threats are the way to go when Messi gets COVID, get a grip of yourselves, you absolute embarrassments to the sport. I mean, imagine sending death threats to a DJ who just happened to be near Messi around the time he got COVID. That is scumbag behaviour. But yes, of course, we wish Lionel Messi a speedy recovery, and anybody else that's been affected with COVID, wish you all a speedy recovery. I'd more rather have Karius than a young keeper against Arsenal. But you see, we haven't even been able to train. So before we start looking like maybe, okay, we put Karius in, we got to understand that as per the article, we might not have any coaches to be able to work with these guys, with the goalkeeper. So yeah, so the training was cancelled, it looks like today. There's unconfirmed reports that Kirby could be closed. So we don't know. So we don't even know who we may have available. Again, I'll bring the article back up and I'll read it out in its entirety for people who may, who may just be tuning in and wondering what I'm talking about. So this is Anfield with the article, and it said Arsenal semi-final in doubt as Liverpool suffer further COVID cases. Liverpool are reported to have cancelled their training session 2 days before the League Cup semi-final first leg against Arsenal due to further concerns over COVID-19. The Reds are due to head to the Emirates for the first leg of the semi-final on Thursday night, but that is now in doubt according to the Merseyside press. Jurgen Klopp is already isolating along with Alisson, Joel Matip, Roberto Firmino and Pep Lijnders standing in for the manager for Saturday's 2-2 draw with Chelsea. It's far from ideal for Liverpool, but there have been no suggestion that the club would push for postponement of that Premier League game, which of course we didn't. However, according to the Athletic's James Pearce, amongst others, there are now fears the League Cup tie will be called off. James Pearce reports that there have been further positive COVID-19 cases within the first team squad, with a scheduled training session having been called off on Tuesday. Rumours that Kirby have been closed are yet unfounded, and James Pearce adds that no formal application has been put in as of yet to postpone the game. As it stands, the match remains on, although it is believed discussions have taken place between Liverpool and the Premier League. Along with Jurgen Klopp, 3 staff members tested positive ahead of the trip to Stamford Bridge. Under 23 goalkeeping coach Mark Morris taking sessions. It could be deducted that any of John Achterberg, Claudio Taffarel or Jack Robinson could be affected. There are rumours that as many as 14 positive tests emerged on Tuesday morning, which would almost certainly lead to the semi-final being postponed. That is as yet unconfirmed. As it stands, Pep Lijnders is due to speak to the media on Wednesday morning in his pre-match press conference. If the Arsenal game is off, the visit of Shrewsbury in the FA Cup on Sunday will almost certainly be postponed too. There we are. So that's where we are, basically, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, where do you go with that one? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm a little bit sailing in the dark here. Will we be kicked out like Spurs in the Conference League? There was actually a line right at the end of that. Where these cup games will also fit into the calendar is unclear, with Liverpool also required to reschedule the home clash with Leeds. So it doesn't actually say anything about whether we'd be booted out or not. If one game had to be cancelled, my understanding is probably that, again, I'm guessing here, but working off other things, if one leg would be cancelled, the usual way that this would happen is one team will be awarded a 3-0 victory. So Arsenal, in this case, potentially, if, working off other things that have happened in the past. But I don't know, is the honest answer. I just don't know. It looks like the common sense thing to do would be to postpone the game, which would, of course, probably lead on to next week's tie being postponed, the away leg, because that was the second leg. And so I don't know where you fit it in. I don't. Shadow Ninja said, "Hey Craig, how are you doing today?" I'm good. I'm just trying to get all the last bits and pieces sorted for our holiday, my man. We're heading off to Lanzarote on Thursday, and we're scrambling around now, just trying to get everything sorted out before we go. Is the game cancelled? Said Fahim. Not yet, mate. No, there's no official confirmation of the game being cancelled yet, but I think you're going to see more stuff coming out about this as the evening progresses, and certainly as tomorrow morning progresses. Have you seen the Southampton takeover? Yes, I did see that they were taking over 100 million takeover, something like that. Have I packed yet? No. No, mate, I don't even know if I have clothes yet. That's how bad it is. Because, in lockdown, my chunky ass has gone from an extra large up to a 2XL. Oh, the embarrassment. But I don't even know if I have fucking clothes to wear. But look, that's future Craig's headache. And don't worry, the content will still be coming out on the channel. So I will be doing the watch along tomorrow on Twitch of the first leg of the Spurs against Chelsea League Cup semi-final, and I'll probably record some videos as well. And I've got the lads from LFC Transfer Room joining me at 8:45 tonight to talk about all things LFC transfer related. So don't worry, still lots of content to go. And busy. Thoughts on Damsgaard? Again, not a lot of talking of since the Euros, mate. I haven't even been paying much attention to how he's gotten on at Sampdoria since the Euros, in all honesty. The question on our mind is, how is this man so sexy? Well, I mean, Nate, how does this man fit into clothes is how my one, but yours is better. We'll go with yours. Right, what else we got? Is the game at Spurs or at Stamford Bridge? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't actually know off the top of my head because it's not a Liverpool fixture. I don't really pay much attention to them, but I'm sure somebody in the chat will be able to help you out with that one. Have I seen the recent Danjuma rumours? Oh, I absolutely have, Fahim. And look, transfer news tonight, 8:45, as I said, myself and the guys from LFC Transfer Room will be taking you through all the latest transfer news and gossip. So no point in asking me about transfers on this one because this is just the build up to the Arsenal and yeah, some conversation around that one. But we will be live tonight at 8:45 with all your transfer news. What have we got? People saying to Stamford Bridge. There you go. So yeah, first leg tomorrow at Stamford Bridge. I'll be doing a watch along of that on Twitch. So make sure, if you haven't already, get over and give Anfield Agenda a follow on Twitch. And yeah. Right, what have we got? Is Hendo alright? In which case, do you mean like, what do you mean by alright? Like, he's not in great form, if that's what we're talking about, but like as in health-wise, I believe he's okay, yeah? I know he was recovered from a heavy cold, and it looks like he... Look, I'm going to record some videos over the coming month, and I don't want people to lose their mind when they see the videos, because they'll probably think I'm being a bit snidey, but the video is going to be me going through 5 or 6 players, 5 or 6 separate videos, speaking about why I think these players should be open for discussion to move on in the summer. So the first one I'm going to record today will be Naby Keita. That'll probably be the first video that you guys will get out. So I'm going to do that over the course of the month because I think we need to have these difficult conversations ahead of the summer transfer window. And I'm going to shoot you guys 6 or 7 players that I think should be up for discussion about maybe moving on in the summer. And I understand that these are difficult conversations, by the way, because, you know, we're emotionally invested in these guys, aren't we? And we have been for years. Do you think we'll have to play the kids? I honestly don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to guess on it, but if coaching staff are coming sick and if we can't put out a team of goalkeepers, I honestly don't know. Anything I say to you right now could be a lie in an hour. So at this moment, right now, everything is up in the air and we've got no idea. Don't say Naby. Josh, let me just say this to you, mate. I was very shocked when I did a little bit of research on this earlier on. And oh yeah, I do little bits of research. Naby's been, in the 3.5 years he's been at the club, he's already missed over a year's worth of football, as in calendar days, which, so look, we'll get into that when I make the videos. Thank you, Jen, you're very kind. Can Hendo play in the Arsenal game? Again, Alex, other than the information we have, yes, I suppose. We've not got confirmation of who those potential extra COVID cases are, because as I said, it's rumoured via the This Is Anfield story that there could be 14 potential cases throughout the staff, playing staff and coaching staff. So as of my knowledge, yes, Jordan Henderson should be available for the game. Envy, how are you? Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Said the only weak side with AFCON is our attack, so we should be able to get good results in future games and hold our top 4 position. Yeah, look, we've only got, I think, 2 league games that the lads will miss at the AFCON as well, mate. Palace and Brentford, so, you know, not the worst fixtures, although there are no easy fixtures in the Premier League. So yeah, I mean, I don't think our top 4 position will come in doubt this season, mate. I think, you know, certainly the race for the title, I have my own severe doubts about, but yeah, I'm not too worried about the likes of slipping out of top 4. I think we're too good for that, honestly. If we did it last year with no defence, I'm fairly sure we'll get through this season. My sister told me you're quitting in May. Is that true? No. Nope. Not going anywhere. The only possibilities to the shake-up on this channel will be that we move the watch-alongs to Twitch. That's it. Other than that, I'm not going anywhere. 2022 is going to be the year of me. And I'm saying that seriously. I am laser focused right now. And Anfield Agenda is going places. And you're going to come on the journey with us because you're all legends. And we're going to do this together. And we're going to prove everybody wrong. And we're going to prove everyone that tried to hold us back wrong. And we're going to fucking take over because we're that good. And I believe that much in the team we have. So, no, not going anywhere. Craig's going to be everywhere in 2022. It's going to be the year of your Lord instead of our Lord. Does that work? Does that work? The year of the sexy beast. Why have I got that, damn, she's a sexy bitch in my head now? You know that song? Craig, what did you do for the new year? I got very drunk on a stream. Had my 9-year-old son babysitting me on the stream and had a bit of fun with the live chat. That's what I did on New Year's. I drank vodka and cranberry juice and I got a little bit tipsy. And yeah, had a bit of fun. You better not go anywhere. No, I'm not. Because one thing I did realise is I love this. I love it. I absolutely love this. I know there are days when I'm down, but I'm going to be down anyway, whether I do this or not. So I'm not giving up. Nah, fuck this. I've invested 7 years of my life into trying to change things around for my family, and I'm close. So I'm not giving up. I know you'll have me moaning and bitching and whinging occasionally, and I will go through ups and downs. That's me. I can't apologise for that. But yeah, I'm not giving up. We're here to take over, 100%. I love Paddy Murphy. I love Chris Stonage. I love Steve Bland. I love Kyle. I love Connor. I love me. And I love you guys. And I think we can do this. So yeah, why not? Why not? What happened to Mundo Sport though? I switched it around and basically figured out that we could make more money doing those watch-alongs on Twitch. So ship them across to Twitch, because when we're trying to push the channel on, every pound that we can pay out in wages, I want to get in. So I want to be able to give Paddy more hours, Chris more hours, and push on. Where is Thiago? He still has a hip injury, Hussein, unfortunately, mate. And he's another one that I think we need to have a conversation around at some point as well, by the way, Thiago, because I don't think again, this will lead into the series of videos I'll do this month, but I don't think we can afford to carry Keita and Thiago in a squad with an aging Jordan Henderson as well without looking to reinvest. So I'll go through it. James doesn't work for the channel anymore, Josh. Love you, Uncle Craig. Well in, Nikhil, thank you very much. So what can you do to help, I hear you ask? No, I don't, but I'm gathering that that's what you want me to say anyway. So what can you do to help Anfield Agenda? Well, firstly, as always, we don't give a shit about your super chats or your money. You watching, you commenting, more than enough for us. But if you want to help us out, get yourself over to Twitch, search Anfield Agenda, and give us a follow on there. It's entirely free. And also, on Twitch, you can, if you've got an Amazon Prime subscription, you get a free Twitch sub each month. Think of a Twitch sub like a membership on YouTube. So if you want to just use that each month and help out Anfield Agenda, it wouldn't cost you anything, but it would help us massively. But yeah, it's let's make fun of United. Why not, Mohammed? Let's take a second to just talk about yesterday's United game. Sorry, I know I'm going off the rails here a little bit because this is supposed to be an Arsenal preview, but we can't not have a little conversation about Manchester United yesterday because it was just beautiful. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm seeing Ronaldo losing his mind. I'm seeing Bruno Fernandes bitching. And I'm seeing David De Gea making great saves like David De Gea does. But I'm also seeing Phil Jones at centre-back. And you know what? Big statement this. But I think Phil Jones played better than I'd seen Harry Maguire play for quite a while. Now, people will say that maybe Jones was involved in the goal a little bit. It was a defensive clearance of a header, but yeah, it was still a great strike by João Moutinho. But how is the Ralph Rangnick gegenpress going, lads? You know, because you wanted to tell us all that he was the godfather of it, that he's the one who taught Jurgen Klopp and everybody else. So we need to know our place as Liverpool fans, because you guys, you had the real master of the gegenpress. Problem is, you don't have the players to do the pressing. That's the problem. And they're not doing it, and they're not used to it, and they don't like it. Because they're a team of Mayfainers, as we say here in Ireland. They're a team of me first. Unlike our boys, who put in the hard yards for the team. So, yeah. How's that Ralph Rangnick revolution going for you, my Mancunian friends? Reece said, these look like two good games with Arsenal bang on form, and Liverpool have been amazing. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, which is why I'd like it to be with both teams as strong as they could be. Because you're right, it's set up, Reece, for two really good games. Arteta's done a good job with Arsenal. The young players they're bringing through, like Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka, very good footballers. Odegaard settling in there as well. Big decision made with Aubameyang as well by Arteta to drop him. So yeah, I agree. And set up for two good games. United players got 2 days off after losing to Wolves. I can only assume Rangnick needing 2 days to make a hit list. God, I love seeing them like this, says Ramadan. Yeah. I mean, it's not even fun anymore. Like, I was trying to banter Goldbridge last night on WhatsApp. He knows. It's not fun when the other person knows that they're crap. So, fair play to him, because he took it like a champion. But yeah, they know the shit. So, great, isn't it? It's great. What happened to James? You can't go anywhere. People watch this because of you. So what happened to James? James is going to be focused on making content for James Redmond TV, which I understand entirely. Because like this is our baby, he has his own future and stuff to look forward to. So yeah, that's it. Everything else remains as it was before. I think James is an extremely talented young man. I think James is great fun. I think James has a great future in the industry. But as of right now, James is only focus will be on James Redmond TV. And that's cool. No bad blood. It is what it is. Yeah. But I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, that much I can tell you. People love beef. Can you just drop it? Because if there's one thing you should know about me at this point is any private stuff with anybody remains private. So when the thing happened with Mark, I don't go public with it. It's private stuff. It's just that. And I believe that I owe these people that anonymity and I owe these people that respect. So I will never speak out of class about anybody because I respect the people's work too much. So yeah, there's no bad blood from me with anybody. I don't carry hate. So yeah, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. I would have loved him to have stayed involved long term because he's a very talented young man. You can't argue with that. That's a fact. He is. Right, what have we got? Jamie said, so pleased you and Sabrina are getting time for yourselves. You also put so much into Anfield Agenda. They'll be lucky for it. Thank you, my man. Yeah, it's going to be great. As I said, this is the first time in 15 years we'll have had a week away without the kids. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Where is Lucas? He's upstairs. He's upstairs. I think he's on the I don't know if he's on the PS5 or he's on his Xbox Series S. One or the other. What happened to the Anfield Agenda guy from America? Kyle is still involved. He's just really busy at the minute. Kyle works as a medical professional and he's just really, really busy at the minute. He was supposed to be on for the reaction to the Leeds game, but that was called off. So yeah, it's just timing with Kyle. Obviously, as you can understand, Kyle lives in America, the time difference, and then if you add into that his work, so Kyle will be back on soon. Have I ever met the Redmen TV guys? No, Connor has. Connor's met them. I haven't. I've spoken to Ross, who does the social media and stuff a few times. A very nice guy. But no, I've never met Chris or Paul. Will you ever go back to that football? I haven't been asked to go back to that football, so no. Seems like the answer. Would you ever do a video with the whole team? Yes, Hannah. I mean, the hope is that at the end of the season, we do live meetups. So myself and the entire team go do one in Dublin, Cork, Galway, Belfast, and maybe one over in the UK. We just have to wait and see where the world is. I have this dream about wanting to do a charity live podcast with some music, maybe a comedian and a few other things for a mental health charity here in Gorey called Talk to Tom, which do fantastic work. So yeah, I would. That's my dream for the channel. Is the game going ahead? Honestly, mate, we don't know right now. So for people tuning in late that are wondering what's going on, basically there's a doubt that the game could go ahead because of a lack of playing staff and coaching staff and preparation for Liverpool right now. There have been reports that there could be as many as 14 positive tests right now throughout the club. So look, it's a moving thing and we don't know what's going on right now. Again, the team you see on the screen there now is basically just me trying to have a go at what I would have put out before this news broke. So I would have happily seen Kelleher in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Canade and Gomez as centre backs. The reason I had Fabinho in this team instead of Tyler Morton was because I would have liked to play Tyler Morton in the FA Cup game against Shrewsbury. So I would play Fabinho on this one. Then Chamberlain, Jones, as you can see, and Minamino, Jota and Nico Williams. Because Minamino was back doing some training, so I was assuming that he was going to be away. Have I met Team Coppish? Not met them personally, no, but I do know Drifty and Callum, and I've done some content with them, but I've never met them in person. It's reported it could be fake. Not when it's like James Pearce and This Is Anfield and that, mate, that are doing the reporting on it. It's very unlikely that it's going to be fake. So, it's not said on Sky. Let me tell you something about Sky, my man. See this little finger? That has more information on Liverpool than Sky. Trust me, that's not where you want to go for your news stories with regards to the football stuff. Even with transfers. For me, when I hear, this is just my opinion, when I hear Sky sources say, I went onto Twitter and this is what I'm seeing on Twitter. Honestly, that's what I feel when I hear Sky sources say. So yeah, don't worry, it's not a fake thing when you've got James Pearce and This Is Anfield and stuff reporting on it, mate. Do I like Grizz? I gave Grizz his first break making content. We fell out. He apologised. No problems. All good. So yeah, I haven't spoken to Grizz in a while, but I hope he's doing well. What do I think of the Southampton takeover? It's good for Southampton, I suppose. It's not really concerning us. Yeah, oh, brilliant. Look, and Holly, you're a fucking comedian. Hi, Craig, grey hair day. Yeah, it is. Every day in this bald head is a grey hair day. Look at it. It's magnificent, Holly. I mean, look, it's aerodynamic. It's schmexy. So, yeah, it is a grey hair day. Hard to tell about yours, though, from behind the keyboard. You're trolling little shit. But, hey, it is what it is, Holly. Yeah. See, scouts around the world said try getting the football news from teletext. Right, you ready? 303 BBC. There you go. That's how old I am, my man. Was 303 for the TV or something, or was it 140 for the sport? I can't remember, but or was it 501? Was it 501 for the sport? 140 or 301? I can't remember which one was TV, but yeah. I've even booked holidays off teletext. That's how old I am. Who would you like Liverpool to sign this month? Look, I'd happily have any of the Bowen, Rafinha type links, but ultimately I don't think we'll sign anybody. But tonight, 8:45, we are doing the transfer stream. Myself and LFC Transfer Room guys are going to be on here talking all things transfers tonight. 1:40, there you go. See? Do you remember, I remember there was a joke called book it, pack it, fuck off with regards to teletext and the holidays. And if you missed the page, heaven forbid you missed the page, you hadn't pressed hold and you had to go all the way through. Right, again, just a shout out to the sponsors of this preview show. If you haven't already had If you haven't already had a little look at Spitch, it is a new fantasy Mamier game. Mamier? What's a Mamier? It's a fantasy manager game that allows you to win as much as up to 70 grand in a prize pool each week. Twitch offers games from multiple... No, Spitch. I'm fucking ruining this ad read. I'm doing it again. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Spitch is a new fantasy football manager game that allows you to prove your football knowledge against other managers and win a share of a prize pool every week, which can be as high as 70 grand. You can create a brand new lineup every match day so you can play in the weeks that you want and not on the weeks that you don't want to. There are paid pitches, but you can also play entirely for free. Once the match day kicks off, you'll receive points based on player stats such as goals, shots, tackles. Tons of stats available for you guys with information on individual players inside the app. You must be 18 plus to play, and it's only available to residents of the UK, and the link to download Spitch is in the description. Got there in the end, didn't we? We got there in the end. Is that your predicted lineup? Yes, it was my predicted lineup, mate, before the situation occurred today. Again, look, last time I'll read it out, but for those coming in really late wondering what the title is about, let me just quickly run through this again for you. So, Arsenal semi-final in doubt as Liverpool suffer further COVID cases. This is Anfield, reported by Jack Lusby. Liverpool are reported to have cancelled the training session 2 days before the League Cup semi-final against Arsenal due to further concerns over COVID-19. The Reds are due to head to the Emirates for the first leg on Thursday, but that is now in doubt, according to the Merseyside press. What else? James Pearce reports that there have been further positive COVID-19 cases within the first team squad, with the scheduled training session having been cancelled on Tuesday. Rumours that Kirby have been closed are yet unfounded, according to James Pearce, and no formal application has yet been put in to postpone the game. As it stands, the match remains on, although it's believed discussions have taken place between Liverpool and the EFL. Then it goes on to talk about the Shrewsbury game also being potentially postponed if this one is. But if you want to read the full article for yourself, as I said, it is available on the This Is Anfield website, so go have a read of it. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leg it and get ready for tonight's stream. So we'll be back 8:45 tonight, myself and the guys from LFC Transfer Room, taking you through all the transfer rumours and gossip ahead of January, and maybe even a little look ahead to the summer as well. So look, I will talk to you all tonight. Lots of love. See you soon, and hopefully we might have a little bit more information on what the story is with the Arsenal game as well. I'll talk to you then, and thank you to our sponsors.